Hi everyone, my name is Sister Ella, aka Jesus Baby. It's been a long while. I want to thank all my subscribers so far, to all my viewers. Thank you for those that have been praying for me, in one way or the other, helping me to build my YouTube. I just want to say thank you to everyone. Welcome to year 2023, and this is the first video I'm doing for in such a long while. And today's topic is going to be risk for fall. Risk for fall. And what do we understand by risk for fall? Let us first define fall. Fall is moving from higher to a lower level, typically rapidly without control. This fall could be physical. It could be when you are walking and definitely something slips the person and the person falls without control. That's from higher to lower. Fall could be, doing well in a business, in an academics, in a job, and all of a sudden everything goes sour. So fall could be in different areas. And what is the definition of risk? This is a situation involving exposure to danger. And there are two types of risk of fall. You have physical and you have spiritual. But in this episode, we are going to take the physical aspect of the risk of fall. Now, this physical aspect involves our daily activity to survive, ability to identify factors that predisposes one to risk for fall in life, increases the chances of one survival without being dependent on anyone to meet your needs of any sort. Now, what is the key point of avoiding risk of fall? Ability to identify. That is why when you see people who have the ability to identify things ahead of time, such people have special abilities. Number one, you cannot control such people. Number two, it is difficult for you to really get them to do your bid, because they have the ability to identify whatever that will make them to fall, or whatever that will drag them back. So they stand on their feet. They are usually firm in their decision, and because they know the destination where they are going to, it is very difficult for you to divert them or distract them. So the ability of identification is one of the key powers to help you as an individual to avoid risk for fall. Now, in a business where you are, doing your work for a daily living, for example, if you like fruits and you want to do a business and the only available thing you can do at ease is selling of fruits, my dear, my brother, my sister, you are the greater risk for fall, because you like fruits and you are having a business that has to do with fruit. You will finish that fruit. In fact, you are opening that business for yourself, because by the time you lick all your fruit, you will lick both the gain and you will lick both the capital. So don't go in for businesses that you have is your flair or your favorite. Always go for something that will make you to remain disciplined and not allow you to make your business to fall. Number two is finances. Some of us, when we run businesses, we cannot even control our own finances. When you are good at eating whatever that comes your way, you won't know when you eat your capital and you won't know when you finish your gain, and thereby you may go back to zero square where you are coming from. So ability to know that, yes, I'm not good at holding money. You have to look for a way to run your business where you don't have access to money. Like I said in that other first one is business. If you know you're a lover of fruit, don't even venture in a business that has a fruit, because you are at a higher risk for fall and you may go back to square one. Now, if you're the type that likes alcohol, don't ever venture in a business that has to do with alcohol, because that business is going to be for you. You will finish that alcohol for yourself, and at the end of the day, you will run into loss and still go back to square one. Now, in health wise, in children that are young, they are basically predisposed to risk for fall. So you see parents monitoring them. Also for elderly people. So if you know that you are at risk of fall, even if a younger one may be going on the road or something may slip off you, just be careful where you are going to be, so that you don't fall into issues in life. Now, another thing for health-wise, risk of fall is not ability to not eating healthy. You eat junk food, you eat unnutritive foods, definitely you have issues with your health. So look out for those things that will predispose you to risk for falls in health wise. Now let's look at our own building, our own houses. I've seen many people who has fallen in the bathroom, hitting their head on the bathtub, falling into unconsciousness, before you know a death occur. If you are building a house on your own, get a tiles that are firm to grip when you walk. For most of us that stay in a hotel, yes, tiles are made without knowing or without considering safety of customers that may use it. Because when slippery tiles comes in contact with water, it becomes more slippery. So please always guide yourself from that basic fall that happens in a bathroom that causes one death. I've seen many people that have died. They'll be betting, they will slip off the bathtub and hit their head at the edges. I've seen people their skin being torn by the toilet seat because they sat on it. The toilet got broken, tore their skin, and they kept bleeding. And so if you have a cracked bathtub, basically change it. That is the highest risk for fall. If you have a cracked toilet, change it. That is a very, very, very highest risk for fall, because that could break while you are sitting, to ease yourself. Have you wondered why most of our parents, when they build houses, they don't build skyscraper? When you build skyscraper and when you get old, for some people who have 200 steps, as a staircase in their house, when you get old, would you be able to climb that 200 steps? For some of them that have 40, 50, 60, when you get old, would you be able to climb that staircase that is 40 to 50 steps? So when most of our parents build houses, they just build it small down so that when they get old, they can still, be walking around or climb the kind of stairs they have. Some have 5, some just have 10. You think they don't know what they're doing. For those of us that will want to build skyscrapers tomorrow because you come from a family that don't have a house, you suffered and all this, then you want to build, a very high building, also consider that at your old age, you will not be able to climb that staircase, so that you don't predispose yourself to risk for fall. An elderly person cannot climb 50 steps of a staircase, cannot climb 200, cannot even climb 100, because you may fall or may even collapse, climbing that staircase. So be very, very vigilant and identify those things that will cause a risk for fall for you at your later age in life. Don't look at the young, but look at when you get old. Would I be able to do this? Would I be able to climb this staircase? I've seen many people retire at their down floor. Their luxury in their main apartment, in their main room, they are not able to enjoy it. So always identify that. The key thing is to identify it and work towards it. That's why when you have a wife or a husband who has ability to identify and know that this business we're venturing, we're going to do well, because they have seen the risk in it, the risks, the advantage and disadvantages. If the advantage is better than the disadvantages, of course they will venture. So always identify what will be of risk factor in your life or in your building or your surrounding, or a risk for fall, and avoid it. See, as an individual walking and being slipped by a peel of banana, you see how the person fails woefully. It could break arms, could break his waist, could break his leg. That happens to our business as well when you don't do it right. That happens to our finances as well when you don't manage it. And also, men and women, some of them that are blessed with this, they are really firm and strong-headed. So don't always complain when you give suggestion to someone. You say, he doesn't want to listen to me. It's not it. The person has already weighed the left, the right, the up, the down, and see which way is better. Such people that have the ability to identify, like, I will always say, they are firm. You can't control them. They will not work on your decision. They always work with their own decision and what they are seeing tomorrow, because they are the ones that will wear the shoe. He who knows where it will pinch him or her. And what are the key factors to avoid risk for fall in every form? Even in academics, when you don't read, you keep clubbing, you keep enjoying yourself, you keep hanging out, so you don't read. Of course, you already know the end product of it. The risk for fall is the highest chances of not passing that program or not passing that subject. So always sit and identify something that will not yield something good, the risk for falling whatever you are doing, and try to avert it. Even in a relationship, you see people say, he broke my heart, she broke my heart. If you look at someone and know that venturing your time, your energy, your money will yield to heartbreak at the end of the day, so why venturing it? Because you're not able to identify that this person you are dealing with is not your kind of person, does not match your shoe, does not match your size. Definitely you are the highest risk for fall, which is heartbreak. Like they say, last na everybody go chop breakfast. So in order to avoid eating breakfast in a relationship or emotions attached to it, find out, identify the person you are dealing with, and know if definitely things will work out for the person before you venture. That is part of the risk for fall that I'm talking about. So what are the key factors that will help you to avoid risk for fall? Number one, advice from most people responsible, sincere people who can help you. The advice of sincere people can definitely help you to avert risk of fall. If you are the type that likes seeking advice, if you are the type that like listening to good advice, it will definitely help you to avert risk for fall. Number two, not allowing yourself to be controlled by anyone, psychologically, mentally, emotionally, and otherwise. If, like I rightly said before, if you are the type that are very good at identifying risk of fall from Genesis, it is very difficult for anyone to control you. So don't allow yourself to be controlled or bullied by anyone to do his or her own will. By so doing, you are predisposing yourself to risk for fall that will but that will not end well at the end of the day. And finally, to be at your best at identifying pitfalls on time before things falls apart. Identification helps you to know. Assuming you want to invest in a business, for example, 1 million, you are looking at the product you're investing in. What is the end product? What am I going to get at the end of the day? Are these people reliable? Are they not reliable? Ability not to identify that these people are not reliable, your money will go. But ability to identify from the day one that these people are reliable, yes, you can really venture. But the ability to also identify that these people are not reliable, it will help you to save your money and avert you having an emotional heartbreak that they have duped you your money. So guys, so everyone, I hope this teaching is useful. I hope you've learned one or two. Thank you. God bless you. Don't forget to subscribe and don't forget to share. Thank you.